Alright, so we are back, and, excuse me, and what I did is just let you know, I started this on medium to medium-high just to start it, and I put it down to low to simmer with a cover over it. So now I am putting in a little bit of baby kale mixed with, has charred baby kale and spinach. I'm going to put some of those sprinkled on top so they can kind of wilt. I do have an extra bag of a little bit of baby spinach. I'm going to put in some extra spinach. So I'm not going to put a lot, I'm just going to put enough to kind of flavor it. Let's just mix it in, because it will wilt quick. So just cover it with sauce. So right now all the veggies in here are tender. So that will wilt in just a few seconds here. So now that we're at the almost end here, I'm actually going to put a little bit of deli style Parmesan cheese. Sprinkle it on top. And I just buy the mix. It happens to be Market Basket's 4 cheeses, cheddar, Monterey Jack, Acerdo, and Casablanca cheeses. So I'm going to put some of this on top as well and let it melt. This is where the calories come in and not as healthy, but everything else is pretty healthy. Alright, we're going to let that just simmer just a minute to melt.
Again, what did you, we have some questions. What did you actually put in this to make all this?
So I put in onion, fresh garlic, eggplant, summer squash, and zucchinis. And then for my sauce, I did tomato sauce, and I put herbs in it, Italian herbs, both fresh and dried. And I put about 3/4 of a can of condensed tomato soup. That sweetens it instead of using sugar, and I wanted to make sure I had plenty of sauce because I like it really saucy. And I also put a few sun-dried tomatoes in there as well. And then just now I put in a mixture of baby spinach, charred, and baby kale in there, just a little bit in there, so you can see a little bit of green. And then I put some Parmesan cheese and then a mixture of 4 different cheeses on top just to kind of melt, and it is melting. So more or less this is done. It's just simmering. If I turn it off, the cheese will continue to melt, and you can put this over pasta if you want. Obviously you can add meat to it if you wanted to, but I'm making it more healthy, just doing veggies. And it could be a complete meal. Like this, a lot of times we'll do as a side dish, but I'm going to have this as a complete meal.
Wouldn't you say this is more like a vegetarian?
Well, yeah, it is a vegetarian meal. And, I mean, I like it because it's healthier and I'm trying to eat healthier. So, I mean, I've lost 8 pounds in a month and a half. So, obviously, I'm doing some good here. So, this will be for me and my sister because my husband will not eat this. It's too healthy for him. So, I'm going to bring some over to my sister for her to have for dinner tonight.
That's way too healthy for me. If it doesn't have red meat, I don't want it.
Yeah, so obviously you can tell that it's already wilted the spinach and things in there, and that just gives it, I think, a little bit extra flavor and some good vitamins for you. So again, you can put it over pasta if you want. You can have this by itself. You can add meat if you do not want a full vegetarian, but it is really good just as a meal or even a side dish.
Now, how long does this take to prep and do?
Prepping, maybe 10 minutes or so, I think. And to cook, we've done, probably about a half hour, really, because I started on medium-high to begin with, and then once it really started boiling, I turned it down to simmer. So anywhere between, probably the whole process, anywhere between, I would probably say about 45 minutes to an hour, really, for the whole thing to be done. Because I like my vegetables really tender, so you can have them a little crunchy if you want, a little less time, so it's really whatever your preference is. But really, this is a really good meal. It's awesome.
So you can use just about any kind of vegetable you want on this.
You really could. I mean, you can put any kind of veggie you want that you like sauce on. I mean, some people even put broccoli in there because you make pizzas with broccoli. So you can put anything veggie you want. I just happen to do squash in here, which is really good, an eggplant. Because eggplant takes the flavor of whatever you put on it. Yeah,
Elizabeth, we'll give you the recipe in a second. Again, they're asking for the recipe.
Well, I'm glad everybody likes it. And yes, this is how I do cook. I'm a person that grew up on a farm on my grandparents' farm. We got to go there every summer, so I kind of cook whatever we have in the cupboard, put it together. And of course, we had access to fresh veggies, so this is, something that I love to do.
Elizabeth would like to know, how much would this feed a person?
This could easily feed a family of 4. I mean, especially if you do pasta with it, obviously it will. But even this, I mean, if you think about it, if you do split this in 4, that's a huge portion. So anywhere between 4 and 6, I think.
4 to 6?
Yep.
Now, how would you make this if say, a kid wouldn't eat it? How would you make it more appealing to a child?
Probably put more cheese on it. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could put more cheese on it and maybe mix it with the pasta. Or you can cut the veggies up really small into the sauce and put it over pasta, and they probably would know. You can puree. My husband doesn't know that sometimes I puree vegetables and put it in my spaghetti sauce. You could do the same for kids to eat veggies. It's just puree whatever vegetable you want and stick it into the sauce, and they won't know.
Okay, again, can you give us the recipe on this?
Yep, so what I did summer squash, zucchini, eggplant, onions, fresh garlic, and I did a few sun-dried tomato halves. So I put them in just as the halves, and they'll actually soften up in the sauce as they simmer. And then I made my homemade sauce of tomato sauce, about 3/4 of a can of tomato condensed soup. That would be my sugar content because I do put sugar in my sauce. And then I put fresh herbs and dried herbs in, Italian herbs. Then put them in a little bit of Morton's natural seasoning and some onion salt. And mix that together, poured it over. Let that simmer. And then at the end I put a mixture of baby kale mix, which has charred baby kale and spinach, and I put a little extra spinach in it. That just so it got wilted down. And then I put Parmesan cheese, and then a 4 cheese blend that you can get just at the supermarket. So it's whatever cheese you really want on the top. Like if you just want to put mozzarella, absolutely. And then just let that melt down, and there's your dish.
This would be a perfect meal for you, say during the fall when it's cold out. Nice hot meal to have and just sit down and enjoy. Would you agree?
Yeah, like I said, if you add like meat to this, that could be a spaghetti sauce to put over your spaghetti. I mean, it is versatile. You can just do really whatever you want. You can put chicken sausage in there. You can actually do chicken and make it kind of like a chicken parm. If you want, put either chunks of chicken or even chicken breasts in there. You can pour that over chicken breast and put it over pasta. So it really is versatile. You can do many things with it.
Tonight we're going to actually be cooking pork chops, am I right?
Yeah, pork chops. I'm not sure what we're going to do for a side yet, but we'll let you know when we figure it out.
So we'll be doing pork chops tonight. We'll be doing another live cooking with the pork chops tonight. Yeah, this is the kind of thing. You could add pasta to this, Patricia, if you like, to mix it in and be really good and it'd be a hearty meal for you. Again, this is Down Home Cooking with Tonya, and I want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching the videos, and we're going to have some more tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned for tonight's wonderful pork chops. I will talk to you guys later, and this is Down Home Cooking, New England Style with Tonya. Talk to you guys later. Bye.